Hey everybody, this is Daryl here in Big D's Fig Farm. So just had some thoughts as I was standing here looking at figure row. And so all but this one here and the first one over there, the Ravin Cows and the Italian 258, all the rest of them were in the ground last year. I think you've probably seen, if you've watched my previous videos, you already know this. Peter's Honey, White Madeira #1, Madeleine De Deux Saisons, Ronde De Bordeaux, and Smith. And a lot of these were, well, not a lot of them, a couple of them were questionable whether they can make it here in Zone 7B because of our shorter season. It's not super short, but at any rate, so I guess there's probably differences on what we consider success, but so last year was a very severe winter. I think I've said that about a billion times in videos. And the winter of 24-25 was very, very cold here for us, much colder than normal. And all 5 of these died down to the ground. So what you see is this year's growth from the ground up. Nothing survived above ground. Has figs, just started, put it on figs. Has a couple figs, no figs. So if we're looking at what I would say, all right, so if it dies in the winter but grows back enough where you're going to get figs off of it, then there's a level of success there. The question is, will it be worth taking up space in my yard if I'm only getting a handful of figs a year off a tree? And some folks where you're growing, you're saying, you daggone right, that's all I can get. Well, I'm custom. I'm used to getting 2,000 to 3,000. Between those two back there, 5,000 to 6,000 figs per tree, or those two together about 6,000. So about 3,000 figs per tree. Of course, that's when they get older, more mature, 8 years and up or whatever. But I'm pretty sure this year on my Chicago Hardy, which is that one there, I'll probably get a couple hundred figs off that. It's loaded with figs this year. So for me, I'm looking for figs that are not only going to be able to survive the winter, but thrive. And without any fuss or any, I don't want to have to wrap them and dig and bury them, and I don't want to do all that. So I wanted to be able to survive my winter and grow the next year. And so some of these, like when I started the Celeste in the back, I think it died back the first couple of years. I couldn't get it to survive the winter, but then finally got a sufficient root system and a hardy enough trunk or two that survived. And then once it got to past that one winter, it just seemed to take off from there. So I'm hoping these will do the same. I'm hoping this winter coming, 25-26, won't be as cold as 24-25, and that some of these will survive, having been in the ground 2 years now, growing, and hopefully they'll not die back, and then we can get taken off, get them established, and go from there. All right. So, but just update on it. So far, 4 out of the 5 have produced figs. I don't know whether it'll get ripe. That's another question. Have they started putting them on early enough for me for that 90-day window to get them ripened before cold snaps in? Yet to be seen. But Smith is still a holdout. Looks good. It's growing nice. Just no figs on. All right. We'll keep you updated on the experiment.